Oh, yeah! Welcome to Improv.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Gideon.
And I'm Michelle.
We're back with video 4 of our Intro to Improv series.
Quick shout out to all Gideon students at PS39 and all our students at IS2.
Hey, IS2! Now, today's improv lesson is designed for middle school and up.
And this is the last video in our series. We're so sad about that. We've covered a lot of ground, but be sure to check out video 1, 2, and 3 that came before it. And yes, and, initiating the motions and object work.
Oh, there, Michelle.
Rewatch them if you have to.
Yeah, watch them all. This week is about gift giving.
Our final gifts. Well, I'm probably going to leave my accent behind.
It's a good accent, though.
So, gift giving. So much of improv and comedy is in the details, okay? Very talented improvisers give their scene partners gifts all the time, not gifts. They might give them gifts too when they text after practice, but yes, gifts.
Gift giving is the practice of giving little details about your scene partner or yourself in an improv scene. It's a way to help the scene move along. A fun scene to watch always has rich characters where we get to see the relationship to each other evolve. It is also a way to build a hilarious scene, such as, Michelle.
Potential gift. You always do this, Mary. Remember Grandma's birthday party? You also thought there were aliens there as well.
And another one.
Well, shucks. I did work in pastry for 9 years.
And another one.
Sam, you're such a kind person. No one else is as kind as you. No wonder you got that kindness award.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're welcome.
It felt like a holiday morning.
So if you added any of those to a scene that you were doing, that would give your fellow actor a tremendous amount of information. And once again, as long as if they say it, it's true. So, Mary, who's at Grandma's birthday party thinking there's aliens, that means that Mary believes that aliens exist. Don't say no to that. That's a great gift. Suddenly your character, it can be a little shocking in the middle of a scene to learn about this. But if your character is an alien believer, there you go. That's what you're doing now.
So let's go ahead and work some of these gifts into scenes. They help bring such rich relationships into scenes.
So Gideon and I are now going to do an activity for you guys. It's a gift-giving activity. So Gideon and I are going to write down 5 quotes, sayings, superpowers, confessions, something like the quotes that you heard above. And we're going to, if we were in person, we would write them down on a piece of paper, but we're going to put them into the Zoom chat, okay? These will be the gifts. And as we do the following scenes that we're going to do, we are going to use these when we need them. Now, we don't need to use them all the time. We can just use them if there's a lull or a moment where you think that something could add something. That's when you want to use it.
And these little tiny pieces of information are a lot of fun because we have to not only justify them and why they're true in the scene, but we also have to sell it to our scene partner. Helps us get on the same page. And here are some examples that we have from our chat. Grandma always said, when the windmill breaks, it's time to get married. I didn't know you could turn invisible. Look at the horizon, Dr. Spindly Look. It's the flying saucer you always wanted. I have to tell you something. I ate your toy rabbit that your mother gave you.
Great. So we don't have to use them all at once, like I said. Once in a while. Maybe when the scene needs a little chutzpah, You want to save them until you actually need it. Maybe the scene doesn't need them at all. Maybe you're having a great scene. Maybe sometimes the scene needs a little bit of direction or a little bit of spaz. Remember, we're going to do scenes now. We have so many ways to initiate, as you've already learned. We're going to use yes and, of course, because we're improvisers, but we're going to initiate with emotions. We can initiate with who, what, when, where we are. We can initiate with object work. Any of those are fair game. So you choose what you like to do.
Let's watch these gifts unfold.
Well, Sheriff, I'm ready to retire.
But Deputy Susan,
Yes.
you're retiring just as I'm about to retire.
Oh. Well, we'll be retiring together then.
Well, I thought that you'd be the one to take over and be sheriff of this here town.
No, well, I thought you'd be the one to take over the sheriff town. I'm done.
Well, like my grandma always said, when the windmill breaks, it's time to get married.
That's true. You know, I waited a long time to put my career first as a sheriff. So now I'm 70. I figure it's time to, my windmill is breaking. It's time to get married.
Yay! It's time for you to fall in love, because the windmill of your life that kept things going around, that's all over. And now it's time for you to get on with the next part of your life.
What do you mean it's all over?
I mean, the scene's all over now.
Shaving in the bathroom again, huh? In the bathroom of your dreams.
I spent a lot of money on this bathroom. I spent a lot of money fulfilling my father's vision of bathrooms.
I mean, you are one of the best constructors in the world, James. And I'm happy to be your wife, even though I find it disgusting when you shave in the bathroom.
You always loved it when I shaved in the kitchen, and I hated it. So that's why I built this beautiful bathroom that my grandfather originally had the designs for.
Yeah, I understand that. Your father is big person for your life. My father always shaved in the kitchen. That's why I wanted you to, because you are my husband. But that's fine. That's fine. You do you. You do you. And by the way, I have to tell you something. I ate your toy rabbit that your mother gave you. I did.
Oh my God.
When you were shaving in the bathroom, I ate it. Last week. I ate that toy rabbit.
I cried for 7 days when that rabbit had disappeared and you had done eating it.
That's correct.
Oh.
And they say plastic doesn't go through the,
the digestive system too well. That's not just plastic you consumed. It was my childhood.
It's going to be in my stomach. Your childhood. It's going to be in my stomach for a long time.
That's a good example of just like a gift given right in the middle of it, because we're like, where do we want to go with it? And that was just like it gave us somewhere to run.
It gave us somewhere to go, because I didn't really know where I was going with that scene.
That's a pretty great report you have there, Johnson.
Thank you, Stuart.
I guess we've sold a lot more coffee this quarter than we have any other quarter, and you've spelt out our growth real well.
Thank you, Stuart. I take great pride in my work here being here, but I think I'm going to go back to my work. Thank you so much.
Johnson, I have to say, I didn't know you could turn invisible. Don't worry. Your secret is safe with me. I won't tell everyone that you are the invisible one who's out there saving the day all the time, who's keeping everyone from harm.
Stuart, are you trying to blackmail me? What do you want? Let's cut to the chase here.
I want those great report writing skills. I see I'm a little behind in my work, and you know, the missus has got another one on the way, so I could really stand to have a little bit of a raise. So maybe you can keep your alter ego safe, and I can get that raise.
How'd you find out about the invisible? How'd you find it out? You can tell me.
Well, I was stumbling around. I had gotten some extra chips after work, and I had heard on the 5th floor that they had a birthday, and that means there's always a cake to eat. And that's when I saw you, and then I didn't see you when I came back to the office.
I know I shouldn't have eaten that cake. It's my weak spot, cake.
It was something seeing that knife float and cut the cake itself.
Yeah. I didn't want anyone to know that I love cake so much. I have a bit of I need to watch what I eat sometimes. Listen, I want to get back to my report. I don't want to talk about this silly stuff anymore. There's enough emotional talk now. But
there was some good stuff going on. It was fun because that we had that gift come up. I didn't know you could turn invisible, and which is an extraordinary thing, and it was a very mundane scene that we were in, but the power of the mundane took over, and that's cool too.
Sometimes seeing two grown men talking about their eating disorders or what they're watching their weight is, I find that seems like a mundane scene, but that was very entertaining to me.
It's compelling.
Well, Gideon, this has been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Michelle, we've learned so much about improv. There's always more we could learn.
Maybe it's time to find a group. I don't know.
Yeah.
It should be enough for it to get. We should form a group. This should be enough for everyone out there watching. This should be enough to get you guys started. And maybe you find a group of people that you can do Zoom improv with.
Yeah, and there are so many resources out there just floating around the internet on improv games you can play, and even more skills, even beyond the 4 that we really worked on in this series.
Yeah, so fun. So thank you guys so much for being with us. Tune in for the other channels and the other YouTube videos. Check them out, like them, and subscribe.
And don't forget to tell all your friends.
We'll miss you guys a lot. Thanks again for tuning in. Go improv!